What's going on, guys? I hope you're making multi-bags today. This video is going to be a cautionary tale for anyone looking to day trade with Commsec. Now, Commsec used to be a brilliant cream of the crop premium broker, and I mean, when you pay $20 per trade, you expect the best. Now, Commsec has been getting worse and worse by the day. If you check my Twitter feed, you can see the complaints that I'm having almost daily with Commsec. Now, today was the last straw. It was a $1,700 loss because of the platform. Now, if I lost $1,700, that'd be my fault. And I have no problems taking losses and owning up to them. But unfortunately, this isn't a loss that I incurred. This was a loss incurred by the Commsec platform. And I'll explain to you what happened and what you can do to avoid this potential loss in the future. Now, DVL here has been trading like multi-bags. I think it was like 1,600% for today, maybe a little bit higher. I've been trading it for most of the morning. I think I put in 10 trades, and then this was my last trade here. I bought in at 11.5 cents at 10:36 a.m. I put in an order at 10:46 when 13 cents was stacked on the buy side. I was looking to exit straight away. In fact, here's my order. At 10:46, I put in the order of 13 cents. I ended up executing at 11:18 at 8.5 cents because I was waiting in processing for half an hour. So this entire time, well, 2 minutes after my sell order, I noticed it was sitting in processing. It just wouldn't go through. So I called Commsec 1. This is meant to be the premium part of the service that I get access to them on the phone. Now, it took 25 minutes just to get a hold of someone. And then it took an extra couple of minutes to be put on hold while they check my order. An unbelievably slow amount of time. Now, around this time here, at around 11:15, maybe 11:14, my order went through at 13 cents. And when I say it went through, I mean it was processed. So I'm sitting in queue here at 13 cents while the price is somewhere sitting at like 8.5. And then a couple of minutes later, when they confirmed over the phone that they can absolutely do nothing about this situation, about the processing time, that I just amended my order and closed it out. So the difference between 13 cents and 8.5 cents, that's $1,700. That's $1,700 that I feel that I got robbed from. And it's a pretty gut-wrenching feeling knowing that as a trader, I've done nothing wrong. That I've done nothing but use the Commsec platform. And I've been having problems day in, day out with Commsec lately. And what really tipped over the edge was the conversation that I had with them. First, they told me that, look, it's part of their terms and conditions, they did nothing wrong. And when I asked them if, look, am I supposed to deal with the brunt of this loss because of the platform processing times? The answer was just straight up yes. Now, I asked to escalate, and the response that I got back from Commsec 1 was, well, you'll just be told the exact same thing that I just told you. I told them, look, no, you're misunderstanding me. I don't want to talk to someone else. I want to talk to someone higher than you. And he said, look, okay, that's fine. And he processed the request to get someone to call me back. His response was, oh, there's no guarantee that you're going to get a call back. I asked him, so you're telling me that there's a chance that no one's going to call me back? His verbatim response was correct. So suffering a $1,700 hit and being told that I probably won't even get a phone call back kind of rubs salt in the wound. So, ended the call. I hit up Commsec support on Twitter, and of course they got back to me very quickly. Ended up getting a phone call back from the manager of the trading desk. And he told me, look, we talked through the situation, and he was a really nice, friendly kind of guy, and he didn't talk any BS to me. It was pretty straight up for the most part. He talked me through the process of what went wrong and how it's basically ASX's fault. He was basically palming off the blame, saying it's the ASX's problem, where he says, look, we've got like 12 guys on the trading floor processing all these orders manually like mad. I was trying to get clarification on why this happened in the first place. I couldn't get a straightforward answer except that it's a problem with the system, that, things get flagged when there's multi-baggers like this. that basically orders have to be manually processed. So his response was, Commsec is a brilliant platform. His response was, well, you know, a few weeks ago, when all the other brokers were down, Commsec was the only one that was up, yada, yada, yada. He's basically pitching me a story that Commsec is so great and that I should be grateful for being a customer of Commsec. That's the gist of what I got from this conversation. It was, yes, we've met our terms and conditions. Yes, we had to manually process, but guess what? That's not our fault. That's your fault, and you should take this into consideration next time you trade. That was his answer. And when I asked him, well, look, there are guys trading DVL right now on FP markets, on IB, on NAB, on Westpac, and you know what? None of them are having problems. In fact, everyone on Twitter who's messaged me are having problems with Commsec. And I asked him, how is it possible? How is it possible that Commsec is the only one that appears to be experiencing this delay and problem? How is this ASX's fault? He says, look, everyone meets ASX's obligations and requirements and for a fair and orderly market. And he says, look, Commsec has 50% of market share. Therefore, we have more orders to manually execute. And I kid you not, this came out of his mouth. He says, you should have a second broker ready just in case for situations like this. And I kid you not, his response was also that he admitted that these smaller brokers are likely a lot better at executing trades for small cap stocks. His recommendation for me was not that I should do anything differently, but that I should get another broker. And to add salt to injury, he didn't have any interest whatsoever in reimbursing me, and I can kind of understand that position because he is passing this off as an ASX related issue, and they're simply meeting their obligations in that respect. And I can imagine they'd be returning a lot of money to a lot of traders who've suffered losses in this way today. So I can sort of understand that perspective. But to tell me to go to another broker, to tell me that they can offer, the only offer that he was willing to do for me was to reverse my brokerage, to make it cost $0. And he says, look, I see that you've made about 10 trades today on DVL. What I can do is I can reverse those trades and have $0 brokerage for those. That was my understanding. And look, fair enough. It was something, right? I would have got like maybe a couple $100 back. I checked Commsec about half an hour ago. Only one of my trades, my last DVL trade, got reversed to $0 brokerage. So with all this conversation, with all these issues with Commsec, I'm being told that I should go to another platform. I'm being told that Commsec's not good enough for small cap trading. I'm being told that despite all this, they're still a brilliant platform and that I should be a happy customer. And then they give me about $16 back in brokerage. That's my experience with Commsec 1. That's my experience basically in the last week. Commsec 1 is a terrifyingly, shockingly awful platform for trading as of late. And for anyone who wants some consistency and some reliability in these high volatile times, I strongly recommend that you look for another broker. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice, but I strongly recommend, based on my experience, that you think twice about using Commsec. Because for me personally, I'm done.